You barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right, let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're checking for testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
Because they're looking for lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all...
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or...
no.
See, I've never had it done.
You. Garfield and Friends from Pickle Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not
Yes.
the first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Well,
second
that's what they.
one,
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
Ready?
Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield and Friends. And then I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice.
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in 01, they go into that rest stop and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is you boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then do you just order the two different pieces, or do you order
You say, I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound right at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we
We
having
can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What? If you back up with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
You're doing some freaking Christmas trivia.
Woo boy. Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 375 for the, oh my gosh, it is the middle of October, literally right now. And I am about to kick an animal out of this room.
Why?
Cade isn't here.
So?
There's only,
He's okay.
Okay. So you
We
don't,
have 3 out
all
of the
right,
4 in
let
here.
me tell you as to why we are so late on the show today. And
Technology.
that makes me nervous about Cade because we're down to one webcam now. Just FYI. We've lost our other one. I need to actually edit this one because this one doesn't look good right now. So
I think it looks fine.
I'll fix it. You know me, my perfectionism on things. So while I was getting the show ready today, it wasn't it wasn't going off without a hitch. I'll tell you that. Everything was not working. The computer wasn't working. I think we're just having a rough evening because you're having issues with your phone. Let me tell you what happened before I even walked into the house this evening.
Oh, what?
So I went to the store. Snickers is out of wet food. Thought I'd be a good father Samaritan. Cat daddy, as Patrick is.
No. Don't. No, I do not like that.
Oh, it's weird.
We laugh at that name at work.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was thinking about her as I'm gonna make sure to get the food so we don't have to get it tomorrow. So we're not like scrounging for food for her. And then I went into Target and got what did I do? I went and got milk.
Chips and salsa.
I thought it'd be a nice husband and get you a nice snack.
Yummy.
And I got myself some of those little mini cookies, those chocolate ones. And then as I was walking up to the register, I was like, oh, you know what? We're almost out of bottled water. We've been on like a bottled water kick where we want to make sure we're drinking our water now because we're getting back into the hydration workout system that we were on for a while, a good kick. And then I get to the register and there's only 3 self-checkouts, 1 running register, and 1 of the other self-checkouts that's in a corner. I'm sitting there holding the water. It's a 36-pack. This thing I'm just holding it. So if you're learning how to hold your core with weights, this is what it is. Like, time stops.
Yeah.
I was sitting there just trying to be a man.
Did you let out of the toot?
What? Did I?
Yeah.
No, I did not. So
would have been funnier if you said that.
Everyone was taking their sweet time at the self-checkout, and I got up to the register, and I was finally, I don't know how long time it was, but I finally got to the register. Slowly walked there because I didn't want to seem like I was like panicking, like dropping this water and everything that was sitting on top of it, salsa, chips, and my cookies. So I'm checking out, and it's, of course, rush hour traffic, so the store is busy and all that stuff. And I'm sitting there with all my stuff, and there's a scan issue with one of my items. And I think it's my cookies or whatever, and I look down, there's a hole in the bag. So I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm taking these. I was like, man, I wonder why everything smelled so, like, nice, because as soon as you open that bag of cookies, these rival fudge stripes, by the way. So if you're a big fan of like Keebler fudge stripes, these Target brand, whatever they are, mini chocolate covered cookies, they are amazingly like sweet, and you only need like 1 or 2 and you're done. Like, how fudge stripes, you can just eat the whole thing because it's just not enough. Yeah, this is enough. But I was wondering why it smelled so good, because as soon as you open up that bag, it is a woof of just like dessert baked goodness. So hashtag not Nad. Anyways, I've been just on this whole thing, and I'm not even like out of the store just yet. So I have to run back to the to the shelves because there's a hole in this bag, but the cashier thinks that was the issue. So like, okay, yeah, you can run back there. So I'm holding up the line at this point. I have to run all the way back to the other side of the store to get a new bag of cookies, and all the way back. Of course, when you're under stress, time slows down. So that also happens. So it feels like I'm at the store forever this whole time that this is happening. So I get back to the register. There's a big line behind it. People have been waiting, of course. And I'm just like, oh, thank goodness that he saved my spot, because I thought that I'd have to wait again. So I get back to the register, scan it, ready to check out. Still a scan issue, but it wasn't my cookies. It was the salsa. The salsa barcode was not in the system.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess we get free salsa then.
Well, the guy was like, how much was this? I was like, I think it was $2.99. I think. I really don't know. Probably.
That's probably a good guess.
Probably a good guess these days for today's inflation. So I was a good customer. I could have said this thing was
free.
It was
It was only
$2.50.
It was
$2.
49 cents.
Like, I could have said it was a lot cheaper than it really probably was, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I gave Target I shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
But I was also I'm a nice person.
Right.
Right. No, so I got through the register in the line and got back into the car, and I don't know what it is about like going through the parking lot, but acknowledgement of pedestrians is little to none. I about got hit on the way out. It was just I don't know. It's ridiculous how much rush hour traffic gets kind of crazy. So, and then, setting up for the show today, we also had that webcam issue, and, you were having issues with your phone trying to share the show, which we are live on YouTube. Appreciate y'all joining.
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube. We did do our regular intro, right? We did say that everything. Right? Yeah? Okay. Well, on this day, guys, we see clearly that 10 years ago, today, actually it was yesterday, because we were going to actually be recording yesterday. That was our regularly scheduled time.
Yeah.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was released on major consoles 10 years ago.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah,
we were living here for
that time
not
frame
very long, and it came out.
Feels it. I thought that it came out while we were living in Chicago.
No, I definitely remember it being while we were here at our first place.
And we did split screen on it.
We did.
And we hated it. Like,
I don't remember liking it.
Wasn't a good one. I don't know. I agree. I didn't really like it myself. It was a weak but slightly entertaining, prequel to the Borderlands series. I would love to get back on and playing Borderlands again. I did talk to Patrick about that.
Get them to finish it.
But been waiting on the console repair for the Patrick. So
yeah, I'm about to just buy Patrick a new Xbox.
You know what? It's not. It has to be a Series X because it's a disc version. That's the thing.
No, we're just gonna get him the Indiana Jones Xbox.
Oh, the one that looks like a turd stain that you and Brett have been laughing about on our group chat for a minute.
He said at first he's like, why'd they make it like turd colored? And
like
then
shit stained brown.
Yeah, shit stained brown.
He loves to say that.
I know he does. And then he said, oh wait, I guess it's gold. Said, yes,
it's supposed to be shimmering, right?
It's like, I don't know. I didn't look at a close up picture of it.
Shining, shimmering Xbox. I'm actually going to turn off one of these key lights. Looks like we're a little bright there. No, that's still too bright. Huh.
Are you going to turn both of them off?
No. Let me fix this. Let me turn that one back on. So, when you played the Borderlands pre-sequel, by the way, I looked up the characters. You played as Athena.
I can't even tell you that one.
She was the warlock, I guess.
Well, of course. Yeah. Of course I would have played the warlock.
Like that was your go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember who I played as. It was very forgettable. Anyways.
I know. I'm just a huge fan of 2.
Yeah. Well, we should move into a little bit of our week update. We haven't been live for a little bit. Did we have anything that we did? We had our own little couples trip. That was one thing that we did for the the week.
We celebrated our pre-anniversary.
Our pre-wedding anniversary that wasn't really our wedding anniversary yet.
Well,
so.
we went out and celebrated our wedding anniversary 3 weeks early. How about that?
Yeah, because
we have too much going on.
There's a lot going on in our lives, and you know what was really like bugging me is we didn't do any pre-planning for it until like 3 days before. That's what
I
was
just
like.
wasn't sure what.
You know what we did
what we
all
wanted
week
to
though,
do.
but we didn't earn that on ourselves because we went to New York, we went to Cleveland, we went to
Cedar
Sandusky,
Point.
we went to Northern Michigan.
I know we've been all over the place. Like, where the fuck you want to go now?
We didn't really give ourselves like a good like couples trip. It was just a.
I don't
we
think
went
I'd like.
downtown
I'm glad
Fort
that
Wayne.
we got a really nice hotel room. Like, it was really nice.
It was nice.
We gave it like an 8.5 out of 10.
The Best Western.
But it was good. Usually I'd give those things like, 6.
Yeah.
No, it was a really nice room.
You did your research on a
yeah.
low cost stay out, We went to okay, so what did we do? We ate. Okay, we ate. We went and got cinnamon rolls.
No. Oh my God. Do you want me to tell the day?
Yeah, what did we do?
Because you've already messed it up.
But that's what we
completely.
did, right?
No, it's not.
Same day. It was the same day, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what did I get wrong?
Okay, do you want me to just go
Go
ahead and
ahead.
say it? Okay.
Miss Memory.
So, we started the day off.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. It was so memorable because we went downtown.
Yeah.
And we went to the art museum.
The art museum was the first thing we did.
Yeah.
I was getting there. I was getting to the art
That's what we
museum.
did first.
But I thought we did that after we ate.
No.
Oh, that's right, because I was starving as soon as we were done after
Yes.
the art
We
museum.
went to
I was
our
really hungry.
local art museum.
First
which
time
is,
for me.
Yeah, first time for him. Probably only like the second time for me, but I think the last time I went, I was in like middle
We
school
really
or
need
elementary
more
school.
artwork in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, but it was it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It would only be enjoyable for adults.
Definitely. Oh, unless you have, I think our nephew would enjoy it. He's like he's really into art. So
He would.
I was not
probably-
into like an artsy person.
I don't know how much he would pay attention to. Maybe the paintings section. That's about it.
I don't know. I thought the glass exhibit.
He wouldn't.
was
He wouldn't care
amazing.
about the glass as
You
much.
never know.
I cared about like the vases and the paintings and a lot of the history of what was it that we were really interested in? It was like some glass work, but they were like spoon holders or whatever. Things that you lay your spoons on.
No, they're
They're-
not spoon holders. They're knife rests.
Knife rests.
Yes.
But you can use them as the same thing.
Yes, and
I was like, man,
they're like
they make a
hundreds
killing if they
hundreds
made
of years
dachshund
old.
ones.
I know. It
And
was
we
like
spotted dogs.
hundreds of year old knife rests things, and I was like, oh man,
These things are what you put butter knives on.
Yeah,
you know?
when you rest your knife down on
We
something,
were
it was like
entertained by
elegant
that.
stuff, and I was
We're-
like, oh wow, this is like hundreds of years old,
God,
and
we're,
this is
we're
really
such
nice.
adults.
No, but so it took like probably an hour to get through. It was
Yeah,
nice, and then
it was a
after
good time.
that, we, I had a grand idea to, have an early lunch dinner.
Yes,
Well, actually, all right,
so-
late lunch, early dinner.
Yeah.
Because I knew we were going to eat heavy. And I was like, well, if we eat a big, heavy meal, we're going to be really tired. We're not going to want to go out tonight. So let's just go do that now,
Like, I'm
which
hungry
was like
now thinking about
3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we went to my favorite steakhouse,
Texas Roadhouse.
which is Texas Roadhouse.
You forgot what it was.
It was.
You were
I
about to say
did. I was
Longhorn.
gonna be. I was like, which was what?
It's not
we went-
Longhorn because
No.
Longhorn does not give you the sweet butter.
I
They
just
give
like
you
Texas.
butter and like a loaf of bread.
I like Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, me too. Why are you yawning?
Sorry, I don't know.
You
I like.
slept really well last
I
night.
did
for
but
once.
I know for once.
It's been a long
But
week
yeah,
for
we
you.
went to Texas Roadhouse, and then after that, we had a there was a deal going on at a local like new cinnamon bun place.
It's not local though. It's
Well,
actually kind of.
It's not really local,
national.
but either way, it was like a new opening thing, and it was like a buy one get one like
it was
specialty.
National Cinnamon Roll Day.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that's why they did it.
Yeah.
I just thought they were doing it
It
just
was
because.
National Cinnamon Roll Day.
Oh,
so they're doing
okay.
buy one get one.
Well, we got buy one get one at like for their specialty cinnamon rolls.
Cinnaholic is what it's called.
Cinnaholic, yeah.
They're like $7 cinnamon rolls, and they are worth it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say they're pretty damn good.
We should have eaten them fresh.
We should.
We did not eat the
We
breast.
didn't have
we ate them
the-
the next day.
Yeah, we didn't have the stomach
Hey.
room to be able
No,
to
but
eat
for
it that day.
real, they are really good. If you ever had the opportunity to check out Cinnaholic,
Yeah,
check
it was
them
really
out.
good.
What did I get? I got the.
You got like
I got the campfire.
the campfire s'more one,
Yeah,
and then
you
I
got this Chocoholic
what was
one,
it?
right?
Yeah, I think it's called chocolate. After that, we went and we stopped back at the house and packed up a small suitcase and went to our hotel.
And took a nap.
And no, you and I took like long shower.
That was very nice.
Like we did a grooming. you went the way our hotel room was there was the sink and everything was outside of the bathroom. So while I was taking a nice bath, Josh was like shaving and grooming himself on the other side of the door, and I'm relaxing in the bathtub, and then we both ended up getting done. Getting done together, and then and then we went and we took a little in and out nap on the bed while watching
The Joker.
Yeah.
The first
It was
Joker.
it was on TV, and I'm like, you know what? We haven't seen this movie in for a while, and it was only like the first 20 minutes in that we missed, and so we just watched the whole
which
movie.
I have seen like plenty clips of the first 20 minutes, like as where everyone normally talks about, and then the other stuff is like the heavy spoilers is the stuff after that. So that's I've seen plenty of clips and like whatever.
There's a lot of stuff that I didn't realize, like, or didn't remember.
There's more to that movie.
Yeah.
So
after that, we did take a tiny nap and then got ready to go out for the night. We went to a local pub bar club.
Yeah.
And
we got down on the dance floor. We cut a rug or two. We didn't play any pool. We haven't played any pool.
We played pool the last time we were there.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't
but yeah, we stayed out on the dance floor most of the night. Had a couple drinks. It was dollar drink night, which was awesome.
Oh, it was so busy.
It was very busy. Then we went back to the hotel and went to bed.
Yep, sleep time. Just a little snooze.
Yeah. So I mean, that was just all we did for the weekend. It was just like a quick let's just hang out the two of us and have some time out of the house.
A little more peaceful because all the other stuff was going to get to a destination for a specific thing, and those were stressful times. Like the New York trip, as good as it was, it's already like starting to fade in my memory. I'm like, great.
I'm just now realizing we were in New York.
Yeah. So crazy.
And then I said, what else did we have? We saw the Aurora Borealis again.
We did. Yeah. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's taking photos of it.
This time it was actually. This time we
saw
it on purpose. The first time we saw it was on accident. And this time when we saw it, it was just because they said it was like this big geometric storm and it was going to be over Indiana and that we'd be able to see it with our eyes.
The meteor shower, the first
time was just like a large meteor shower. They said, go out at this time. And I was like, what's that green haze looking stuff?
Like, is that the Aurora Borealis? You looked it up and like, oh my gosh,
I was like, I guess we get that too. But this time you could actually see the green lights with your own eyes, and then you could see the red this time. It was so cool that you could actually, with your own eyes, not the camera with the nighttime exposure bullshit, you could actually see the lights and kind of moving and shooting through the sky. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We did that. What else did we do?
Nothing really. We've really been like working.
We've been watching a lot of like movies. Not just like our weekly movie.
We're gonna go into playing and watching on that.
Yeah, we've actually been watching quite a bit.
We've been watching The Floor.
Is that tonight?
No, that's tomorrow night.
Are you sure it's not Tuesday?
Wednesday nights.
It's Wednesday?
Wednesday nights at 9.
Oh, man, I had gotten excited for a second.
Wednesday nights at 9.
Wednesday.
We have to watch it live because we don't have Hulu anymore.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going back to getting it anytime soon.
I'm not paying for one.
We're removing more apps from our streaming services. In fact, like it's gonna come down to like 2 at this point, which is like we're at 2 or 3. We're stuck at 3.
Yeah.
We like the 3 we have.
Yes.
The Floor is good, but I see a lot of people making fun of it for being not that difficult. Put yourself in the hot seat, and
there's money at stake, and you have cameras on you, and all these people watching. Are you serious? No. I think it is a fun game show.
So last season they did. You said 80.
I think it was like, I think there was 80 or 85 contestants.
Yeah, they're doing 100 this
Yeah.
time.
I was like, oh, the
They
floor is
didn't
bigger
need to
this
jump
year.
that high. They could.
I don't know. It
they
got
coulda
popular.
Waited. They could. I know, but they could have. Now. What are they going to do for the next show?
200.
No, that's too much.
I don't know.
Like already 100.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We're already going through people though.
8 per episode.
Yeah.
They said that there's 8 challenges per episode at least. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's a really good show. I can't wait to continue.
It's fun
watching
because
it.
it's a show that you can play at home.
Yeah, because you're shouting at the TV.
I know. So I think
'Cause-
it would be such a good, like, if we had a little family, it's definitely something I could see, like, us and our kids, like,
Oh yeah,
watching
well, couples
together.
doing it alone, like doing that is
Yeah.
is good too, because that like you're able to see who's smarter than the other person. Hey, you have gotten plenty. You're shouting about before me, like before.
I am
I'm,
getting
like,
better. I'm
yeah,
getting
you're
better.
very
at it.
competitive.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it. But yeah, so that's one thing that we're watching.
Yeah, we finished the Mr. McMahon documentary.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk about that. All in all, what we've noticed throughout all the episodes is they are eye openers. Yes, they are definitely going to give you the rundown. Some people are going to sugarcoat what they're talking about. If you ever watched the Mr. McMahon, or not it's just McMahon documentary that came out in the late 2000s, that was for WWE documentaries, a lot of that's a little bit of a repeat, but they go into depth of the timeline of things a lot better on this, and they give you a little bit more of an R-rated view because there is plenty of cursing. No one is like holding back on their language.
Yeah.
I wish there were more interviews with some of the stars. There were only a few like glimpses of them. I'm thinking there's probably a lot more content that they cut. So I'd love to see what else they come out with this. But they did like, what was it, a 7-part series, 6 or 7-part series. We watched them all and like all within like a span of 2-3 days. So because we're also wrestling fans, so
Yeah.
it also gives us the opportunity to, you especially, the opportunity to see a lot more because
I get like the timeline and stuff better now.
yeah, you too, like you needed that as well. More like I just needed the 80s like timeline. You needed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because
From like before 2006, basically.
Yeah. because you were very active in watching wrestling in 06, and we have been recently, which we just watched the most recent pay-per-view. That was Bad Blood. Bloody. Very
Yeah.
bloody. Yeah, I mean, I give the pay-per-view like a B. It was an entertaining one, but very predictable, and there were some moments that were a little laughable, a little botchy, but whatever. We got to talk about the 2 movies that we have watched. One of them was a movie club movie, and then we watched Beetlejuice instead. But we finally got the opportunity to watch Speak No Evil, the James McAvoy movie. Will you look blankly?
I was
off
like,
into
that's not
space,
what I
like,
thought you were gonna say, but okay.
We'll get to the other one.
Yes.
So, Speak No Evil. Kind of a realistic view of how people fall into a trap.
Yeah.
Dumbly.
Yes.
A lot of red flags.
But I will say, like, during the movie, the wife points out a few red flags, but then the husband does oh, you know what? But. And then she goes, okay, fine.
My inner self would have already never stepped foot in their property. Ever. Never.
I know.
It never would have happened.
No.
I think there is common ground to go towards.
Oh, yeah.
For that kind of situation, which is where they met. Where like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, would you like to do another trip together? You're not going off the grid like that. Never.
Right.
In
I'd
a
at least try to get to
lifetime.
know them before doing that.
We went on a cabin trip.
Mhm.
That was a little off the grid, but we had our own vehicle.
We had been more off the grid before than that.
Yes, true. With family.
Yes.
But this was with half of the cabin was with strangers. So
Yeah.
we are very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? we're kind of those people. Because I mean, we let Patrick in.
I know, right? We're very Midwest.
Just very Midwest people.
Yeah.
Which they are Americans in London, and they're off in another country again. Like they're Americans from London, and they go on a trip to another country in the same like
I think they go to Italy.
Europe is the size of like half of the United States or whatever.
I know.
You can go to like 100 countries inside of Europe, and like it's a walk away.
Yeah.
Like
It's
literally.
people that lived in America moved to London,
And they don't
and then
know
they met
the
a family
area.
on vacation while they were in Italy, and then when they went back to London to their house, they got a postcard from the couple that they met that also live in London and said, "Hey, you know, we had so much."
Well, they don't live in London.
such a
They
good
live in
time."
another area, like a little distance away.
Well, not London, but I mean like live in like England. Like they live in like the boonies basically.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, you guys should come visit. I mean, we had such a great time." And then they said, "You know what? We're having so many family issues right now. Let's go do that." So, and said, "Why not? It sounds like a blast." And then they went, and then things happened, and it's too new of a movie to be able to spoil it. But basically, I thought intense suspense wise, I thought the movie was great until like the last 30 to 45 minutes.
It was very laughable.
And then it went like, it was as if somebody else 30 to 45 minutes in.
The husband turned into a wimp suddenly.
Turned into a little bitch.
They rewrote the husband at the end to where the wife took over all of the everything you would see opposite. Like,
I guess they just flipped the script, which is
fine,
fine, whatever. It just,
but
I think they
turned
overdid
him
it.
into a crybaby.
They do. I don't like it.
Why?
I
He
don't
was
know.
fine for the first like hour.
I don't know.
He was a little dumb.
I'd leave.
But when there's a point in the movie where they do wind up putting their foot down and leaving, but they do come back, and they put their foot down rightfully.
They did,
and he did it, and it was like, okay, let's go, because she's been saying it the whole time.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, let's do it. But they do come back, and there's more to the movie.
Yeah,
we're not going to say as to why they leave, or any of that.
No,
but
I know. I think the movie all the way up to about, just expect that when you watch it, probably about halfway into it,
you're going to be yelling.
You're going to end up just going, did somebody just take the script and was it like like a different person wrote the second half of the movie? So I don't know. It went from like, oh my god, this is really suspenseful and a great movie, to like, wow, this just got really dumb really quickly. So I mean, with that, I will probably not watch the movie again, and I give it a 4.
Oh wow, you gave it a lot lower than I thought you were going to give it, because that James McAvoy.
I know, but all right, now if I were to judge it and rate it on acting, I would say James McAvoy was still like a 9 out of 10.
Most of the acting in the movie was good.
I would say, I disagree with that.
As far as
I don't want to be biased because I like him as an actor, but he plays a very good, like, bad person, like,
I thought the daughter,
scary person.
I thought both kids were great.
I guess they were fine.
I mean, the boy could have been a little better.
Yeah, but storyline, meh. Rest of the acting, meh.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
But
I give it a 5.
I give it a 4. James McAvoy's acting could bump it up, but like,
yeah,
it's like they put him in a movie with people, and it's like that. It
was not written.
They could have written that. They could have wrote this movie so much better and executed the movie so much better, and they didn't.
Yeah. So the other movie we need to talk about is Abigail.
Yeah, we did. That was just like a whim on a night. Like, you know what? We've been wanting to watch Abigail. Let's watch it.
Another movie that flips the script halfway through, if not 3/4, and disappoints. It's not like it was awful, but it was disappointing. It could have been a better ending. There could have been a better they could have kept Abigail a little bit more mean. It became more goofy. I mean, I don't know. I expected better.
What do you give it?
I give it a 6.
I actually give it like a 7.5. I like the movie quite a bit.
It became Megan.
It did. I will say that, and it did become a little goofy.
Yeah.
But I will say that
Megan, I accept. I loved Megan.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
I will say that the little girl that played Abigail,
she's good.
and the way that
good.
they like just the horror of her practical makeup, and like I can appreciate all of that. And I think acting and how. And
come on!
I'm serious.
Please
She did
tell
like.
me you thought it was pretty goofy at some parts.
Well, yeah, definitely.
It got really
did get really goofy,
dumb.
but I will say that I actually enjoyed it, and I'd like to see a sequel.
Let's not talk about the ending. There is a portion where Patrick talked to us about the ending, and he thought it was laughable, but we thought it was scary because we saw a little more into the detail of the character as opposed to what
Patrick was
shown.
expecting. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think it's you can with the way the movie ends, I can see. I didn't even think the way that Patrick said like what he was expecting. I didn't even think
the heel turn
that was
going to
happen.
Were you okay with that?
That was the part that was goofy to me.
Okay.
But other than that, I thought it was a fun movie. It was definitely something like new, but not rewritten. It was I really liked it, and I would definitely watch a sequel if there was a sequel or a prequel.
I think they got a prequel would be good too.
Yeah.
But I think that it got greenlit for a sequel. I'm pretty certain.
I might even give it an 8.
Really?
I might.
Oh,
I think it was actually pretty darn good. I would it's rewatchable to me.
Yeah. Okay. Was there anything else that we watched?
Yes.
Oh, we watched Beetlejuice.
The
first Beetlejuice. Went back to that. That was good.
Mm-hmm. So good. Yeah.
I fell asleep to it because I was like, I've seen this movie so many times. But it's good.
What's he say?
What?
Nice fucking
model.
Oh, nice fucking model. There's certain things like I had not seen that movie since I was a kid, and I'm like, they were able to drop the F-bomb?
That is a lie. We have watched it
then I wasn't paying attention to it as much as I used to. Like, I don't know. I really watched it.
Things that you
probably watched it this time. I absorbed it this time.
Exactly.
And I was like, yeah, it's still a great movie, but at the same time, it's just like there's little things that you're like, oh, I'd missed that.
I give that movie.
It's like watching Addams Family multiple times as you get older.
If you give the first movie a number, I give it like an 8.
Yeah, I give it an 8. Yeah,
enjoyable.
The original Beetlejuice.
I think I like the sequel more.
No.
You said no.
I don't. No.
Okay. Back to our playing and watching. Did you? Was there anything else to watch? Because we got some stuff for playing.
I think that's all we've watched.
Yeah. I think so too. Other than just basic NFL and fantasy, which we will get into that in a second. But playing wise, we've been playing some Fortnite. I think we're done.
Right now I'm reaching. I'm reaching for something to fill.
You're reaching for entertainment?
I'm reaching for entertainment that's not there. That's
what we could have done?
It's such a fucking tease until we get Call of Duty in 2 weeks.
We could have gone back to Gears.
Wait, 1 week. 1 week.
Next week. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, damn it! You're right. We could have done.
We kind of lost the opportunity.
Yeah, we could have done
this weekend. We're going back to Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, we are.
Because we need to get back into the swing of things.
We need to get the fingers ready.
We got to get back into our gaming and
gotta get warmed up.
Let's burn ourselves out on this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week Friday you'll be on it all day.
All day.
Streaming.
I took the day off of work.
You're streaming it. Possibly a couple of new unveilings for your stream as well that day, because it's going to be like a whole thing.
It'll be a day.
Yep. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. So let's talk about NFL and fantasy. A few things to go over on that. The Vikings have gone into the bye week 5-0. I can't say anything about this.
We're not. We're going to leave it at that, and we're just going to say good luck on Sunday
against the Lions. So we do need to talk about the Lions.
Yes.
They played against the Cowboys last night. And it was last night?
No,
it was
Sunday.
Sunday night. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up my nights here. It was Sunday night, and they destroyed they destroyed the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
It was 41 to 9. A little bit of a problem happened though. In the fourth quarter, the Lions lost their all-star defensive lineman, Aiden Hutchinson. His tibia and fibula both broke. When people saw this image,
when you
they
first
thought
showed me,
it was
it
a
looked
towel.
like I thought it looked AI
they
generated.
thought it was a towel.
It looked
People were like,
bad
that's not a
AI.
towel. That's not like a flapping towel.
Nope, that was his leg. That was his leg snapped.
Foot.
Is bye bye. Snap went bye bye.
It's 2 major injuries that I have seen now done by the same team.
So we had
themselves.
Dak Prescott in like 2020, right?
Hope that wasn't
Or 2019.
what'd you say? It was like
I think it was 2020. Yeah.
a little bit sooner than that, maybe. I don't.
Dak, and what's the other guy's name? Alex.
Alex Smith.
Smith. Yeah. Just.
Imagine this.
Yeah, just imagine your leg, like.
But in the middle of your leg, like, woo.
Nope.
It was broken.
Yep.
So the Vikings and the Lions are going to be heading off this Sunday, and the Vikings are up by 1. They're projected 1 score up. So we'll see how that goes. I am very hesitant and being very excited. I am more anxious about it at this point because it's been a roller coaster. They went to London and beat the Jets, and that game was extremely frustrating to see the way it should have not gone. So yeah, it was a roller coaster. But for other games, there was a few that were notable. I don't think we're gonna go over them really, but because we got other things we can go into at this point. But fantasy wise, I finally, after 5 weeks, got my first win.
Yay.
I steamrolled the entire league. I could have gone off against the number 1 person in our league and beat them this week with 166 points.
Yeah.
I might be back. I hope I'm back because for 5 weeks I've been screwed over. And I'm last in our division. I'm probably gonna be
screwed over again this week.
I don't think so. I'm optimistic. So what I'm thinking is it was just like a whole comeback. This is like the comeback kid kind of thing. Like I'm gonna go into the playoffs. Hopefully, I'm being optimistic at this point.
I think I might try to do a trade this week.
You have got some splaining to do on your fantasy.
I'm in shambles. I'm not. I don't think there's any way for me to come back.
I think you can. But what I'm most concerned about is you and I drafted so high up, like 2nd and 3rd, and we can't get a win to save our lives.
I know. That just tells you that
fantasy.
It doesn't. I got
BS,
the number
man.
1 person.
Yeah.
The number 1, and he's on my bench.
Yeah.
Because he sucks.
So crazy.
Sucks.
He does. So very exciting week this next week in fantasy and football. So I can't wait to be yelling at the TV this next Sunday at 1. It'll be fun. We got to get into our movie club movie. This one was my choice based off of wanting to watch a classic at this point. The Thing. And this movie came out in 1982. It's considered one of the greatest creature horror films of all time. I'm going to go over the synopsis of this, who stars in it and all that stuff, and we're going to go over it. We're going to review it. So, a U.S. research station in Antarctica, early winter in 1982, the base is suddenly buzzed by a helicopter from the nearby Norwegian research station. They are trying to kill a dog that has escaped from their base. After the destruction of the Norwegian chopper, the members of the U.S. team fly to their base only to discover all of them dead or missing. They do find the remains of a strange creature the Norwegians have burned. The Americans take it into their base and deduce that it was an alien life form. After a while, it is apparent that the alien can take over and assimilate into other life forms, including humans, and spread like a virus. This means that anyone at the base could be inhabited by the Thing, and tensions escalate. Starring Kurt Russell, Keith David, and Wilford Brimley. Critics give this movie an 85%. fans give it a 92. Budget wise, this movie did 19 million as far as the budget, and the box office, or 15 million. Box office 19 million. A roller coaster of what the f? It is a creature film.
So I have to put myself in 1982 watching this movie. If we were in 1982 watching this movie,
Yeah.
I know that our jaws were on the floor in 2024, but can you imagine nothing like this had ever come out before and you watched this movie in 1982?
I think that I would have probably...
My eyeballs would have popped out.
I would have probably have been like really sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I mean, we're really desensitized now about it. And I will say, I made a post about it too. And I was snapping Patrick, Crystal, and Brian throughout the last like 30 minutes of the movie, because I realized like Patrick kept saying like, "Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to watch the thing," and I've had so many people like say like, "Oh, I can't wait for you to experience the movie," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And now I know why Patrick wishes. He's like, "Damn, I wish I could be there for the for you to watch you guys watch it for the first time."
It's an experience.
I know exactly what you mean now, because that movie is, yes, an experience. And it is even in 2024, it was a jaw-dropping WTF movie.
It really was. It really was.
And it's one of those to pass down to other people that haven't seen it and be like, "Oh my God, it's an amazing movie. I'd love to watch it with you," just so I could see what their reactions are.
So you know the part where the chest opens up?
Yes.
I knew it was coming, so I watched you the whole time.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
I have seen that scene many times.
I have not seen any of that movie.
Okay, so I unfortunately have had the displeasure of having a good number of things spoiled for me for this, and I listed them. The chest opening up, the dog being the thing, the Norwegian men and why they are shooting the dog, and also what they are saying. Like, I have known of that.
Yeah. And
the ending's interpretation.
Okay.
Like, I knew all of that.
Okay.
Nothing in between.
I knew absolutely nothing about this movie.
So when all the things that happened, I was able to look over at you and kind of have like, okay, now I'm viewing it from like what Patrick would have probably done, because I knew of those things that were going to happen. I knew when it was going to be like creature coming out kind of thing. Pun intended. Except for the ending, like where it was supposed to be like a big boss battle. Most of the stuff in this movie is what you make up in your head.
Yeah.
Because they cut to so many things in between each interaction between the thing and the people, like whether it's between the dogs and that portion of that. Oh, I hated that entire. You and I being animal lovers.
I know.
We were on the animal lover side the whole time.
I know.
The whole time. Like,
I know. I was like, don't kill the dog. All right, kill the dog, but do it quickly.
Which they did, and they were really upset about. But you know, the jumps aren't jumpy; they're just grotesque.
They're just, they're not. I wouldn't say they're jumpy. Besides the belly opening up or the chest opening up or whatever, that was a jumpy part for me. Because it was just like in between compressions, and it's like, boom. And I'm like, I did.
So when the blood happened, I didn't know when it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen with one person. I didn't remember the reaction of what was going to happen after either. So when the blood thing happened, I really jumped with you. So that was like a great moment for us. But then I looked over, I was like, oh, this is when the guy is going to become the thing. And so I was watching you with that, and it was. I was
not expecting the level of gore. I mean, that's probably like the most I'll watch.
Yeah.
As far as like gore factor,
I think we could.
Like, I was able to like when you first see like the thing and he's the dog or it's the dog or whatever you want to call it, and whatnot, and it's it's in the dog pen. That was like at first I was like, oh man, it's gonna be this gory the whole time. I don't want to watch it, but then it got really with the guy with the chest compressions and the guy's head came off, and then that turned into like a spider thing and whatnot, and it became more comedic for me.
Nothing was natural.
And I was just kind of like, well, wow, somebody had a fun idea that day and said, why don't we take the guy's head and put some legs on it, turn it upside down?
So you can see where that. Okay, so you see.
I appreciated the special effects.
So you see where that interpretation goes with Toy Story and that baby doll.
Yeah.
And the spider.
Yes, I get that.
And then there's also another. I think there's some video game reference. Like people reference that all the time now because the Thing did it. I still enjoyed this movie, even though I am numb to some of the aspects of it, like the jump scares and like the horror.
It's definitely one of those movies that
there are some boring scenes.
I really wish that we would have just watched the movie kind of like live or recorded the entire thing like on a webcam and then posted. We could have done like a full YouTube video or like a reaction to the Thing or something, because our faces were ridiculous. Like there was a lot of eyebrow raising and jaw dropping and big eyes and tilted heads and what. So yeah, I mean, I understand why people are like obsessed with the movie and why they like it and things like that. I mean, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. It's fun.
Yeah. I give this movie a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I
think if I watched it back in the day, I probably would have given it a higher score.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, it's definitely not a bad movie. It is a rewatchable movie, especially if you need to find it, if you need to show it to somebody that's never seen it before.
Yeah. That's the pleasure of it. I got some fun facts about this movie. Just a few here, and then we'll get on to your choice of film, which I hope you have picked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's a few facts. It has become a tradition in British Antarctic research stations to watch The Thing as part of their midwinter feast and celebration held every 21st of June.
Feast?
So they eat.
All right, I am so happy, by the way, because I said, oh, let's order a pizza and watch The Thing, and you said we should probably eat the pizza first and then watch The Thing, and I'm like, oh, is it gory? And you're like, oh, it's apparently a little gory.
It's a little
gory? No, I'd say that's up there as pretty damn gory.
You probably could have finished eating before anything got bad, though.
Yeah.
It takes about it was about a half hour before you see it.
True, but
yeah.
It's definitely not a movie you want to be eating and then watching.
John Carpenter has stated that of all of his films, The Thing is his personal favorite. So that's pretty good. The film is considered a benchmark in special makeup effects.
I would agree with that.
The person who did them was only 22 at the time.
Oh, congratulations, bro. Good job.
The name is Rob Botton.
Good job.
Shout out to them. Unused music composed for The Thing was later used for Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. The problem is the person who did the music for The Thing got a Razzie nominated, and The Hateful Eight got an Oscar.
That's funny.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Same person. Anyways. According to John Carpenter, the film's initial negative reception was particularly disappointing, affecting his career trajectory.
Huh.
So, because of the negative reception that this movie got, he didn't get as much recognition, or his career didn't go the way he expected it to. The opening title replicates the appearance of the original Howard Hawks film, achieved with practical effects by lighting a garbage bag over a smoke-filled fish tank. That was practical.
Huh.
That's weird. We're The Thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so weird. Kurt Russell spent over a year growing the iconic McCready beard and hairstyle. I can see that. That's all natural.
I didn't realize that was natural.
So he wasn't wearing a wig. The film sets in Los Angeles were refrigerated to 40 degrees Fahrenheit to simulate the Arctic conditions, even when the conditions outside were 100.
Whew,
so
man.
imagine going
that,
between
Bill.
the sets. But imagine going out.
I know, but imagine that bill to make it that cold.
Yeah, the AC units, a lot of insulation.
Yeah.
The British Columbia town of Stewart was chosen for its extreme snowfall for exterior scenes, with temperatures ranging from 0 to negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which you and I have experienced.
Yeah, that's nothing.
We can get over that. It's
Yeah,
like,
negative 15 is pretty damn
you go
cold, but
outside,
zero these days, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I hate the cold, but like, once you've experienced negative 30 plus degrees, there ain't nothing compared to that.
Negative like 32,
That's
34.
fucking cold.
You go outside.
You go outside, you take a breath, and you can't because your lungs go.
It's really bad.
Your insides freeze.
That's why vehicles have plugs, so you can plug them in to start them during that weather.
I know.
The sound effects in the autopsy scene were made using paper towels soaked in egg yolk. Yeah, use that in your mind. Just the
That's gross.
sloshing. That's all I got for fun facts. I only grabbed a few. Good
Oh,
film.
we've got a question though.
What's that?
Crystal says Killer Clowns or The Thing in their prime. I'd say The Thing.
The Thing. Yeah. The Thing. In fact, I want there to be a The Thing game where it's like multiplayer. That would be very fun. I know Among Us is essentially that, but people die then, as opposed to becoming also imposters. So I would love.
I will say the scene where they're like heating the he's heating the coil and sticking it in the blood.
Yeah,
like I was so intense.
That was a moment.
I was like, oh god, who is it?
So, what's the next episode?
Next episode?
Yeah,
next
which
movie?
is in 2 weeks, right before Halloween. So we got one more horror film, if we can, or horror.
I mean, we'll probably
Halloween-ish.
watch more than just this one, but the one I want to review
Okay.
is called Long Legs.
Oh, that one's been talked about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked anything into this because I didn't think you would be interested into it. Let me look up the IMDb of this one. I
was freezing in the 20-degree weather the first time I was there. Yes, I know, Crystal.
This movie just came
Crystal,
out.
imagine, all right, that was 20 degrees. Imagine an additional 40 degrees colder.
So it has Nicolas
It's
Cage
probably
in it?
unimaginable to you, but we've experienced at least an additional 40 more degrees colder.
Let me see. I mean, I just want to make sure. I want to know how early this movie came
They really
out.
do, like, say
July.
on the TV sometimes, like, in South Dakota, Minnesota, like, you can't, we're telling you, do not go outside. Your nose will fall
This
off.
movie is still in theaters. It came out in July.
It's still in theaters?
There's a
I thought
show-
it was out.
There's a showing at our local theater.
Oh, we could even go to the theater and watch it.
That's crazy. Wow. Well,
Crystal said she liked Long Legs.
it's probably out on digital now.
Me and Patrick liked it better than Patrick. Or me and Brian liked it better than Patrick.
Here is the synopsis. In pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. So this is kind of like Seven. Okay, in a sense, starring Micah Monroe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Nicolas Cage. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Blair Underwood and
Cage.
Alicia Witt. What?
Nicolas Cage.
Cage. Nicolas
Cage.
Cage. This movie is compared to Abigail. Like you also might like it. So, and Talk to Me.
Oh.
And Trap.
Huh.
Which that was one that I was surprised.
I
they
still
didn't
want to
bring
see
up.
that one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. So, got a couple of things to go over before we get to the fan question. And you know what? No, let's go to the fan question now.
I think
because
that
we
we
were
should
talking
do
about horror
that
movies
because
already.
it kind of links in with the fan topic.
I agree. So let me pull up the image here, which talks about horror movies as a kid. Very true to today's day and age where, I didn't mean to do that.
That was funny.
It's fine. We can leave this up like that. I wanted to make it larger, but that's not a big
That's
deal.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's chicken. So, what horror movie scared you as a kid, but you later realized it's not as terrifying as an adult? I have three. And you and I have grown up in the 90s horror, so we have a lot that we can pick out if we want to. There's also 80s. So I have a couple that
I have 2.
Okay. I'll go first so we can go back and forth here. Let me go to my fan question on my notes here. So first one is probably not going to surprise anybody who knows me, who has known horror and me. The movie It. This movie is cheesy as F, though.
You're talking about the original.
The original.
I still have never seen the original.
Tim Curry.
Yeah,
version.
never seen the original.
I haven't seen it all the way through. I have seen portions of it. I don't think I need to because at this point I'm just gonna that will destroy the illusion. I'm okay with being a little under. I know that this movie is cheesy.
I've seen tons of scenes.
Plenty of scenes that will ruin the cheesiness, But as a kid, let me tell you the scenario here. I wrote what happened as to why I ran into this. This movie scarred me for life. I like the scene where Georgie gets eaten. The opening scene. That everybody talks about and knows about
in the original movie, by the way.
That is what terrified me because my dad did some weird thing at the house we were living in where the kitchen TV is wired also to the living room TV, or it can be if you switch it to a proper channel.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how my dad did that. Like
I know what you're talking about.
He did some kind of wiring where he did that. So my brother was watching, or I think my dad was watching it. I think it was just watching a little bit of it before they would watch it in the evening or whatever. Like my brother was trying to secretly do that, so he told me not to. I went into the kitchen, turned on the TV, watched it. The TV in the kitchen's black and white. That's even worse for a kid, especially to make up whatever it is in your mind. Seeing this movie in black and white?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I saw where Georgie. What did I see? I saw only a little bit of it. I didn't see where Georgie got taken. I turned it off, and the rest I heard, and that was in my imagination. So
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, a kid's imagination with that movie in black and white. Oh my God. So, I mean, as an adult, I know this movie is dumb. I know it, but I'm just going to leave it. I just want to let it be because I know what I saw as a kid. I'm just going to let that scare me as a kid. And I know as an adult, I know that this movie, I can sit through it just fine. I probably could. I could probably laugh at everything. But yeah, that's my one. That's one of them.
My big one that I know Patrick hates that me talking about one of the biggest ones up there that I have watched now as an adult and I did not finish as a child was the original Halloween.
I knew you were gonna put that one in.
I it terrified me so much as a child. I remember exactly where I was and how old I was and who I was with. And I made it to literally just past the opening scene where Michael kills his babysitter sister or whatever. And right after that, I was just scarred. And I basically walked out of the room. And I was like, I'm not watching this. And I was like, I don't care if you make fun of me the rest of my life. I'm not watching this.
Children of the Corn.
I'm still not going to watch it.
It's probably the exact same thing.
I don't care. I'm not watching Children of the Corn.
We need to.
I'm not watching.
We need to break the illusion for you.
No.
I think we do.
It's probably still scary.
If we watch Children of the Corn, we'll watch it.
I'm not watching it.
Why not?
Because it looks stupid.
It's 3 hours long.
And I don't want to watch a 3-hour movie.
It's a part 1 and 2, just like
the book.
Yeah. Just like the book, just like the movie.
But no, the first time, when I watched the movie as an adult, to be honest, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm fucking watching this. I'm going to be so scared. This is going to suck. And I laughed at it.
Really
and
did?
The thing is, you know what, Patrick? I blame myself for it because I think I put it up on a pedestal as being so fucking scary because I was terrified of it. Even the music, I was terrified. I hated it as a child. That even when I heard it between then and when I watched the movie a few years ago for the first time in my 30s, I was like, oh my God, it's the Halloween music. I'm so scared. And I think because I put it up here, being so incredibly scared of it, that I finally watched it after being desensitized over the years about all the other movies. That's why I laughed at it, because I think it's more of like I laugh at it because, oh my God, Alex, you're such a dumbass. This is not even that scary.
Yeah.
Is it a good movie? Yes, Patrick, it's a good movie. But like,
It's not.
it's, to me, it's not scary. It's not
so
scary
the
anymore.
remake / sequel
It's fun to watch.
is really good.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Like,
I do like that.
Good Halloween movie. I will give it that one. I did watch a little bit of the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 while we were at the hotel. What the frick? I mean, why was that movie considered bad? When
I've never seen it.
From what I saw, I was pretty terrified. I wonder why people didn't like Halloween 2.
Yeah, ask Patrick.
I should probably ask the Halloween fans or just watch it myself, you know.
Yeah.
Either way, get my own opinion.
What's your second one?
Second one, Scream. Now, this movie came out in, what, 95?
Real quick. Patrick
that?
jumped in the chat.
Okay, what did he
Don't
say?
hate on Halloween and the hanger
The hanger business.
The hanger attack.
Yeah, that
Sorry,
hanger.
Patrick. I love it so much I bought you a painting.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So the movie Scream. Again, the opening sequence was so scary as a kid. You know, I only saw a little bit of it. I didn't see the ending. I only made up whatever it was in my head. But I love the Scream movies. They are my favorite. That's my favorite slasher.
So my second one is Scream.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
So you can talk about that too.
I thought it was absolutely, like, I only saw bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Like, on TV.
There's still
It was
good
even on
parts
TV.
that
It was
are
made
scary.
for TV.
Yeah.
Parts. And I watched it and I was like, just, oh, like, I was terrified. And just even seeing the oh my God, the mask?
The Ghostface.
Ghostface. Even seeing Ghostface mask for the longest time until I got into my 20s, I was like, oh my God, I can't look at that because it's so incredibly scary.
The marketing and everything did really well with this movie.
I think it was
they did a
not
good
until
job.
I watched it with you. I don't know when. I want to say I was in my early 20s, and we watched it together, and I'm like, why the hell was I so scared of this movie? And now it's
that
like,
when we watched all three of them or whatever.
Yeah. And now when we watch it, I'm like, I love it.
I want to go.
They're not scary. They're just fun to watch.
We haven't watched them this year. I want to. But the first Scream, of course, the Drew Barrymore entire opening sequence is so scary. But it was done so well.
Oh yeah.
That is the only part of the entire movie that I think that Wes Craven, really tried to, make terrify the audience, and they did a really good job. After that, it's just like you can get behind like the goofiness of it or whatever. But as a kid, only seeing that portion, that's gonna destroy your mind because you're just gonna think of that the whole time. I wasn't as scared of that as like of course it. But I had The Sixth Sense written down as well, but I don't know.
I mean, to tell you the truth, watching it still gives me the creeps.
I think that one doesn't need to be, but the one movie that I think still terrifies me still, but terrified me even more as a kid was The Exorcist.
That movie is messed up.
I thought as a kid
I never seen it until we watched it like a few years ago, and even now I'm like, oh, that movie is fucked up.
I was so scared of that movie, and even now as an adult, there's still.
I feel like that was like pushing horror limits for me as far as like.
Oh yeah.
Filming, like, you just don't film things like that.
They did such a good job.
I know it
movie,
is. They did do a good job with it, but it's
fact
like out of my realm of like, oh, that did not need to happen.
I never watched that movie all the way through until we watched it for the movie club. Like that was my first time watching it all the way through. I'd only seen scenes.
I will say that I would have
bit,
taken it a lot more seriously if it wasn't for Scary Movie, though.
Yes, Scary Movie 2.
Scary Movie, I think, helped desensitize our generation with scary movies.
They parried it very well.
Yeah, because now there's just scenes that you watch, you're like, that's from Scary Movie.
Yeah,
like, and it's like you can't take it seriously anymore.
Exactly.
Because Scary Movie, was iconic and is a great movie. So it's not like it was like a dumb parody movie. No, it really was a fucking good movie.
Very good.
At least I think it is.
1 and 2, very good. They actually had a storyline that was okay.
I
2
love
was-
watching. We should
2
actually watch one of those tonight.
I mean,
I love watching.
I actually
want to
watch Scream.
You don't want to watch the parody?
No, I actually do want to watch Scream because I want to get into watching. You and I need to watch 5 and 6. We need to get to 5 and 6. That's the thing. And I wouldn't mind watching. Well, I wouldn't mind just skipping right to 4 because we've seen.
See,
1,
now
2.
you're just like, oh no, I just watched it all in my head.
Well, they parodied it really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 is a great one too. 4 is one of my favorites. But we got to get into the fan answers.
Yes,
here.
yes. Let's go to
So,
everybody's
let's not forget
answers.
Let's not forget about.
By the way,
fans.
Patrick, about your Rob Zombie question. Patrick answered on YouTube and says, Rob Zombie Halloween 1 is great, but 2 went to the far left and it was bad.
Okay.
That was his
Interesting.
opinion.
All right, so we got some answers here on our Discord. Appreciate those who have joined our Discord, and we're going to also talk about our social media as well, which I hope you guys do follow us on our social media. So on Discord, we got one from Arrow who says Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, so true. I was scared of Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid.
I still am.
As an adult, I mean, I can get past it.
I saw one of the original Nightmare. I don't know which one, but I saw one of the originals.
First one, probably, because your mom loves watching that one every
Whatever.
year.
All right, Patrick and Krista are watching. Whatever the one is, it might be the first one, but whatever the one is where the girl, it's either a girl or a guy, one of the two people, they're sleeping in their bed and they get like sucked through their bed and like blood goes everywhere.
I think that's one. I think like one.
Like
set
that scene alone fucked me up. And I watched it when I was in like my 20s.
I think one set the standard really high.
And what sucks is like the song again, the music. Damn, the music.
You know what that means? This is when they're coming for you. God, Crystal, that scene. She shared that scene on social media today about Freddy vs. Jason, and it was just like the dumbest writing of all time. I can't believe it.
But I will still say that movie still scares me.
Okay. But I mean, does it keep you awake?
It used to.
Does it now?
If I think about it enough, yeah.
Okay. Well, Arrow said, "Oh my God, Freddy Krueger made me scared."
Yeah, Freddy Krueger is scary to me because he gets me in my most vulnerable state, which is sleeping.
We got one from Crystal, aka Dragonfly Rain. She said, "Creature from the Black Lagoon. I used to be afraid to go in the bathroom. Always felt like he was hiding behind the shower curtain." I've never seen that movie. I'm waiting to see if they're going to do a good remake at this point because I feel like it's too old to watch in my adult life. I don't know. And we got one from Sassy Princess. She says, "I really don't know because of if it scared me as a kid, it most likely terrified me. And I haven't even attempted to watch them as an adult." So that's you and Children of the Corn. You will not watch.
Well, I have more than that. I have a
but
handful.
that's the one that we always bring up.
It's the one that you guys make fun of me for, but there's certain ones
because
that I've never
we know
brought.
it's probably not bad.
The other one I won't watch anymore, even though you can't have static TVs anymore, is the Poltergeist. I can't watch that one anymore because it fucks with my head. It did when I was a kid, it did as a teenager, and it probably did when I was a young or an older teenager. And ever since, I have not watched it. I don't like that movie.
Okay.
It's
Fair enough.
probably not that bad. It's not that scary, but it's what you don't see in the movie that scares me.
Yeah, true. Very
And
true.
the part where the guy's like putting his finger under his face and picking out a scab, and then eventually he like pulls all of his face off. Like that scarred me.
I have never seen the movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Now I almost feel like we have to watch it because you've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Like, so it's a great movie.
What?
Poltergeist.
Oh, no, I've seen Poltergeist. I thought you were talking about Children of the Corn.
Oh, no, we're not watching Children of the Corn. Fuck you.
No,
We're not watching Children of the Corn.
I've seen Poltergeist. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we're not watching Children of the Corn. The only other one that I can think of off the top of my head that I don't know if I've ever said out loud, but it scared me. It was on TV. No, it wasn't on TV. I think I was at my friend Philip and Steven's house, and they were watching it. And it's probably from the 1980s. I'm almost positive it's called Prom Night.
Yes. We watched the reboot.
We did?
We went to theaters and saw it.
We did?
Yeah.
It was probably bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this movie, the original,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
is that in the
I
original?
believe so. She's the Scream Queen. I believe that's her.
I was like single digits years old when I watched it. And it was extremely bloody and scary. And I mean, it's probably not that scary anymore, but it was like really fucked up.
That was right. It also has Leslie Nielsen in it. You would probably just be like, haha.
What's the IMDb? Like, people like it, they hate it.
5.3 out of 10.
Ugh.
It's bad.
Oh, well, it was just like that. When did it come out? 80s?
80.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. It was just one of those, like,
So,
it was on and I was watching it and I was so mesmerized with how incredibly, like, scary it was.
There's the reboot. We saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, the original I watched and it was one of those that scarred me as a kid. And I'm like, I'm never going to be able to watch that again.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was just on TV and it was in Philip and Steven's room and we just decided to let's watch it. And it was like I was frozen watching it. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm too scared to get up and turn it off.
All right. That's you got more answers?
Yes, my mother. Let's see here what she say. The classics are still the best to me. The Omen, The Shining, the original Friday the 13th, the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
We're not asking your
Hold on.
favorite.
You
We're
have
asking
to
what scared you as
understand.
a kid.
I didn't watch horror films as a kid though, so no, I can't really answer the question. But I can tell you that King Kong might have been the scariest thing I ever watched as a kid.
Oh. Okay.
Really, King Kong?
That's a thing. That's a thing. That's a
My
King Kong.
grandmother, my dad's mom, she says Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, that one people do talk about, and she does mention that when we talk about horror movies. She has brought that one up.
My brother.
What did he say?
He says I wouldn't call it horror exactly, but the first movie that genuinely scared me as a child was Jaws.
Willy Wonka should be up there too. There's some parts in Willy Wonka that would freak you out. The tunnel.
Oh, I guess the tunnel freaked me out, but I never
Still
really
as
was
an
like
adult,
scared
that's a
of it.
messed up scene.
Yeah.
Why would they?
I
do
will
that?
tell you, like watching Jaws, I still get like, about it. Like
No.
it still creeps me the fuck out.
That movie
So I
gets-
mean, I agree with that.
I roll on that one. Sorry.
I think
Jaws wasn't good.
I was a good
That's one
movie.
of those movies people love that I don't.
Jersey
Really...
Comic Crew podcast.
Shout them.
Jaws.
What? You're kidding. You are joking. Are you serious?
No,
No.
I'm not joking.
Oh my god. That's ironic.
Who did I just say? Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Yes, you
J
did.
Movie Talk podcast.
Yeah.
As a kid, Death by Temptation, Army of Darkness,
Okay.
The People Under the Stairs, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Also, even though it's not a movie, but Michael Jackson's Leave Me Alone music video, specifically the part where he's dancing with the Elephant Man skeleton, would freak me out for some reason. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay. Wow. Well, shout out to them for that long, really good answer. I got a comment on YouTube. Jaws is from Patrick. He says Jaws is great, not the greatest, but great. Like, yeah, I get that. Like, but it's not like something I'm gonna ever watch again. Not for me. Sorry.
Let's see here. Hold on.
I can see people-
JM Brady on Instagram.
Shout out to them.
Joker.
Now that one's weird because that movie came out 5 years ago. Like, it came out in 2019.
So they could be a lot younger.
It's
and
like,
that could be
I get
considered-
that. I get
well,
that.
I mean, it
So-
is like, do you know the part where he like murders his friend or friend, his coworker
It's like what? It's like he does a
in
lot.
in the apartment?
He does a lot of murder.
That's fucked up.
You do realize that
I know,
there's-
but like that scene, that's scary to watch. Even when we were watching it like a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh damn, I forgot how like messed up this scene is.
it is, yeah.
It did.
If Joker scared you, man up. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, it does have some terrifying
You know,
psychological
I don't know how
parts.
old these people are that are texting me.
But if
Maybe
they
younger.
if they're like 19, 18 now, that movie came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Think about 13. Yeah.
Fickle Fanboy podcast.
Shout out to them.
They're saying one that scared me that doesn't scare me anymore.
What?
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Gremlins did scare me as a kid. Like I liked it, but there were certain parts that I couldn't watch because I was too scared. And now it's like it's not scary at all. And I'm not exactly sure why I thought it was scary, but they said Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Evil Dead 1 and 2, They Live, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Toxic Avenger, Little Shop of Horrors. So I thought some parts were scary, but as an adult, no, it's not scary at all.
Gotcha.
And while I know most of these aren't really considered horror, they all had at least one visual effect that fucked me up as a child, and I'm counting those bastards.
That's good. That's you should, because they messed you up as a kid, and you're probably scarred in your mind for them. People don't think about the type of repercussions their movies might have for younger audiences, but that's okay. They weren't thinking about that. They were thinking about that's probably because they shouldn't have been seeing it. Like, for example, Temple of Doom, the heart coming out of the chest.
I still don't like watching that movie.
Yeah, I've only seen that movie once.
Did you check Facebook?
I did. Yeah, we're good. All the comments, we appreciate those who have left them. If you want to leave us a voicemail on any of this stuff that we have talked about today, please do call us, 224-225-5780. We play those on the show. Appreciate those that send them. All right. We got to talk about sex. It's quite a turn. We went from horror movie. Well, actually, you know what? If you do want to kind of segue a little bit,
sex and horror go
people
together.
do consider that when you are like the adrenaline level is the same amount of but
an O.
But which states have the best sex? A survey went out. I don't know how many people surveyed.
I didn't take the survey.
I didn't either. But those that did, this is from yahoo.com, and in this article came out last month. I meant to talk on it the last show, but this is actually a data driven statistic throughout the entire United States. So, out of 10, this is the average out of 10. So the score would be, 10 is the greatest, 0 is the least greatest. Out of 10, Americans average, the national average sex life score, 4.7 out of 10. So the average of Americans are not having their best sex life. They're not telling it like it is with their partner or something. I don't know.
They're not. Yeah.
They're not giving. They're not doing it. Guess which state? I mean, those that are watching can see the numbers if you really zoom in. You can't see them.
I can. I have my glasses on. It looks like a bunch of white dots.
It is a very blurred. It's very blurry. Guess which state has the top satisfaction out of all of them? I'll give you 3. Because you have 50. Well, you have 51. I don't think they did Puerto Rico, did they?
You're saying the best?
Yeah, you have 50. You have 50 states to choose from. I wasn't certain if they did Puerto Rico or not. I was gonna say 51.
Where's Vegas?
Does DC count? I don't know if
Vegas?
DC was
Nevada.
Let me see if they're even on the top ranking. They are not.
Oh, okay. Florida.
No. One more. Just off the wall. Look around.
New Jersey.
No. Sorry.
Okay, so who has the best sex?
Oklahoma. Their highest sex life satisfaction with an average score of 6.792.
Damn, that's even low.
Making it the most sexually satisfied state. Can you guess the lowest?
Maine.
No.
Alaska.
Maine is actually considered one of the best.
Are you serious?
But Alaska is the worst.
Alaska's the worst?
Yes.
I was just thinking, I was like, it's dark all the time. And I'm like, it's probably depressing.
2.524.
Oh, man. I mean, it's cold and dark. I mean,
Couples.
you don't really have a whole lot going for you anyway.
Couples need to figure it out. Overall high-ranking states are Kentucky.
And number 2?
Well, I'm
it's just like
I can go to the graph here in a second, but I listed these out here. Kentucky, Texas, Maine, Iowa, Louisiana, and Arkansas.
we're all good sex.
Uh-huh. They all get the good ones going. They're all
okay.
doing really
Not
well.
exactly what I thought, but okay.
New Mexico and Virginia followed Alaska with scores below 3. So
New Mexico, huh?
Virginia? That's a weird one.
Yeah.
10.6% rated their sex life as a perfect 10, while 5.6% admitted that they've never had sex. So those that took the survey.
Well, then why would you even like
Participate? True. New York ranked 30th with a score of 4.54, reflecting its population's high standards as hard to please nature. What would you guess Indiana made?
Probably like in the middle, so like 25.
29th. You're very close. Guess what did make 25?
I have no idea.
Ohio.
Ohio. Hey, you know what? So far, we think right now after visiting Ohio multiple times, Ohio is better than
Ohio's just a slightly better state than
Indiana.
At least they got good roads.
So I was like, all right, so they have slightly better sex, and they have slightly better, or
Okay.
no, they have really good roads.
Okay,
to
so the
us.
way I did list them, they were ranked in order. So it went Oklahoma is first, Kentucky second, Texas is third, Maine is fourth, Iowa is fifth.
God, Iowa, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I fucking
it's
hate
crazy.
Iowa.
South Dakota made 10th.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? You want to know why these states are getting up there? Because
Why?
there's low per capita. all these small states have a bunch of people voting, and they have like this.
What are you talking about? Texas is third.
Besides Texas.
Texas is an anomaly with Oklahoma.
Besides Texas.
Those are something else. California ranked 45th. That is low.
Maybe because people just expect, like, because like they said with they have high expectations because you're in California, like in New York.
Yeah.
So you just expect, oh, if I go to California, I'm gonna have amazing sex because it's California.
Hawaii is 47th.
You're joking.
I'm not.
I would have expected that to be like number 5.
Hawaii 3.05.
Why?
Overall
It's a
satisfaction.
gorgeous, beautiful area. Aren't you just turned on by the scenery?
I don't know. I don't know.
Patrick, Crystal, you went to Hawaii. Do you feel like fucking there or at home in California?
So other places around the United States, Florida ranked 20th at 5.04. God, these numbers.
You know what? Probably
because
it's too hot and humid.
Partners need to talk to each other.
Yeah, maybe that's not what's going on. Maybe
communication is what works.
I know, but what we need to do is actually look more into this and be like, why aren't you having the good sex?
Very true. Very true.
Why are you giving it a bad score? What's wrong?
I don't get it.
Patrick, I take it when I can get it.
That's his overall satisfaction score.
It's a 10 out of 10 when I get it.
I don't know if any other states are gonna blow your like it's not gonna like wow you. I mean, Minnesota ranked 23rd, 4.9.
Okay, slightly better than Ohio.
Slightly better than us. Yeah.
Ohio is average.
Wisconsin 22nd. So not much better.
So Midwest, we're pretty in the middle.
Like, yeah, we're all in like the 20s.
We're all in the 20s. We're
For the
kind of
most
like,
part.
you know what? It's kind of 50-50.
Except
I mean,
for Iowa and South Dakota.
you start going a little bit more west and then you get to the better sex.
I guess. Wyoming is 12th. That's weird.
That-
Colorado is
all of-
11th.
Okay, yeah. So you get out to the middle of the United States and it's like
Uh,
mountains, which means sex.
Well, Idaho and Utah do argue that, and Montana, 37th, 35th, and 36th. So,
Okay, so there's a point. So you have to go after you get past Iowa. You're like,
It's the Rockies.
You got the Rockies, and
It's
so
the
people
Rockies.
people rock in the Rockies.
They rock in the
They're
Rockies.
they're
That's
rocking
what it
in the
is.
Rockies.
Yeah. So this survey,
Apparently, mountains and hills make people horny.
The Appalachians don't. Kentucky does. But that's crazy. Tennessee ranks 16th.
People apparently in the South are even like turned on by the
Georgia.
But apparently you can't go to like Hawaii and be like, oh my god, this place is beautiful. Want to fuck?
Here's a shocker. South Carolina 39th. Less than us. They have the beaches.
I don't think he can fuck on the beach.
But it doesn't matter. The East Coast is all like really high.
Maybe it's
up
just
there.
because like the more populated areas. That's what I'm saying. Is the more populated areas are like the people that don't have really good sex.
Not true. Not true. Because Georgia's 9th.
Is Georgia really popular?
Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like the more populated, condensed areas.
It's harder to please, you said.
Yeah.
But they're 9th.
Oh, never mind. I went the wrong way.
Yeah.
So they're just like weird. There's something about Georgia.
Louisiana ranks 6th. This is weird. We're on this topic too long now. One more thing about this. Gen Z is reportedly having less sex than other generations and exploring a broader range of sexualities, including asexuality, contributing to a lower national satisfaction score. Wow. People need to be banging, man. They got to be doing it. People
aren't having boats to float, apparently.
I don't.
If you don't got a boat, you can't float.
Why? Okay, so I mean, you and I, we're not perfect angels. I mean, there's times when it's like we gotta
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 10 out of 10. I'm satisfied.
Are you?
I'm satisfied enough to make Indiana go from 28 to 21.
I mean, that's a good number because of how many people do live here. Actually.
Yeah. See, I have enough to bump it up.
They're all just out in the cornfields masturbating or something.
That's where they all are. Oh, don't go into those Indiana cornfields. You don't know what you're going to find.
One last thing to touch on before we get out of here is about Halo. We had a big announcement made. They're changing engines entirely, so our gaming might change. We might be going back to Halo eventually because they are going into Unreal Engine 5. A really exciting time for gamers because everyone's moving into this engine where it's just everything looks so real. I can't wait to see VR in that. Like I'm running I was just talking to like Jake, our roommate Jake, the other day about my MetaQuest. And I said, I need to whip that out and start playing that again. Like get back on the VR. I was going to buy a game the other day, but I never did. It's back in August, I think. Time flies. So, especially this summer, which is it over now? Is summer over for you? Okay. We're about
considering we're having a frost warning tonight.
I do,
and I have to take the plants in as soon as we get off the.
And I have to take the
podcast.
AC out of the window. I should probably just not do that tonight. Not worry.
No, we'll do that tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow. Not worry about it. So
the living things need to come inside though.
It's winter. Winter is coming. I'm
fall.
okay with that.
Fall. It's fall, not
it's
winter.
Fall is coming. Fall is coming. Yes,
yeah.
Very true. All right. So do we have anything else we want to touch on before we get out of here? Because you and I still have to eat. We have to have something for dinner. Din. So we gotta do that. Nothing? What are you doing?
I think we're good. I was just checking. See if there was anything else.
Making sure I hit buttons here. All right. Go ahead and plug your Twitch.
If you would like to watch me stream, it is twitch.tv/Q_kitty, KUTE_. Twitch.tv/Q_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings.
You got it?
Yes. And we're probably going to play some Cold War this weekend to get our fingers warmed up for the whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Are we still going to do a Dead by
playing.
Daylight night or no?
We should do at least one night next week of this weekend of Dead by Daylight. If
yeah,
not
because
two.
we are not going to be getting that in next week. It's going to be all Call of Duty.
It's all going to be the COD.
Yep.
But yeah, so make sure 100% though next Friday, the 25th, that you are jumping into my stream because I will be probably having multiple streams on.
Why don't you just do a long stream?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a 12-hour stream for the first time.
Wow,
I doubt it.
But if you do get on, get on at like 1 or noon,
I'm gonna need a break though.
You can take it. You can eat on stream and stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Just chill. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
See how much we go into
We'll
it.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely, I will be on the Twitch.
Yep. I will as well this week. Twitch.tv/Mr. L is my username. You can follow me there. Spell it out, Mr. Master, and then L afterwards. I will be streaming Thursday evening and Saturday morning. I'm doing the Tuesday. Well, today's Tuesday. I was normally be doing some content creation, but I was doing that yesterday.
Yeah, but this is technically content creation.
This is content creation. Yes, it is. But I would be doing content editing. Would be my thing. But that's okay. I've got a few more. I want to get some stuff done before next week for you. So I've got a little bit of time before that. But as far as this podcast goes, we'd like it if you guys hit the like button on this video. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the PTO Unlimited podcast on YouTube. Hit the bell to be notified when we're live, and that is every other Monday, normally at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to follow us on our social media, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. X, if you want to be like, the trendy one. PTO Unlimited is what you'll search. PTO Unlimited _podcast on the Instagrams. Make sure you guys are also checking out our merchandise. There will be a link in our description, and also you'll see the ad for it at the end of our video here. Appreciate those that have gotten the PTO Unlimited podcast merch. More to come. I think we're going to be releasing the Christmas sweater again. That'll be back out. And also make sure you guys are checking out the Mr. L and Cute Kitty and Farts merch, too. Appreciate those that have got that. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Cute _kitty.
Yeah. Alex is easy to follow because it's the same stuff. Except
Pretty
for
much.
her Instagram is Cute Kitty Cosplay.
Yes.
Check that out. On a final note, we've been talking about it the entire night, but I just have to make one quick announcement. Black Ops is coming out. So I had that written down as a final note. We'll be streaming it. I'll probably be streaming it as well. Maybe if not that, then I'll be doing Warzone. Sticking to that now on my stream. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to touch on? No.
We're gonna have a fun weekend.
I hope so. Why is that?
Because Lady Pyramid Head is making another appearance.
That's right. I forgot. Actually, we're doing freak. What is it called?
Freak Night.
What is it? Fright Night. I thought it was like Freak
Night?
Freak Fest or
We
something.
can have Freak Night later.
Hey.
I bet you Patrick and Crystal wish that they could have Freak Night with the Pyramid
With the
Head
Pyramid
helmet.
Head helmet. Yeah. Well,
no, guys, that has not happened.
well, one of them wearing it. I hope.
That's
is
what
you
I-
mean,
yes,
not
that's
of
what-
the helmet.
They would probably just sit in the corner and look at it while they're doing it.
That's a nice helmet.
Can make those sex points go up.
I
California.
bet you Pyramid Head gives good helmet.
Ouch.
All right, we got to get out of here we got to go. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next show. Appreciate y'all joining in. You guys have a good one. Bye, guys.